So in section 10.3, number 12, we're looking at an equation that's quadratic in form. So I've written the standard quadratic equation here. So any equation that can be put into this form is a quadratic equation. See, in this problem you have 4 minus x squared, and you have a 4 minus x that's not squared. So those can be like your x squared and your x in the quadratic equation. We temporarily make a quadratic equation by letting u equal 4 minus x and the u squared be 4 minus x squared. So I have 5u squared plus 6u minus 8 equals 0. So this is a quadratic equation that you can solve using the quadratic formula or by factoring. This looks like it could be a little tricky to factor, so I think I'll just go right to the quadratic formula. So in the quadratic formula, the a will be the 5, the b will be the 6, and the c will be the negative 8. So we have u is equal to negative b, negative 6 here, plus or minus the square root of b squared, so 6 squared, minus 4 times a times c. So can I get a negative in there? 4 times 5 times negative 8, all over 2a, 2 times 5. So u equals negative 6 plus or minus the square root of 36, and then we have a plus from minus a negative. So 20 times 8 is 160, all over 10. So u equals negative 6 plus or minus the square root of 196 over 10. What is the square root of 196? Is that 14 squared? Let me just double check. So the square root of 196 is 14. So we have negative 6 plus or minus 14 over 10. So u is negative 6 plus 14 over 10, or u is negative 6 minus 14 over 10. That would be 8 tenths, which is 4/5 for one value of u, or negative 20 tenths, which is negative 2. Now these aren't your answers for the x. We were trying to find the value for x, and what we found is the value for u. We found the u that makes this equation true, 5u squared plus 6u minus 8 is 0. Now to finish up, we go ahead and find the x that makes that true. So the 4 minus x was the u, so the 4 minus x is 4/5, or the 4 minus x is the negative 2. So let's get the x by itself. We'll add negative 4 to both sides. So what would 4/5 be? 4/5 minus 4 would be 4/5 minus 16. Nope, thinking of the wrong denominator. 4/6 minus 20/5 for the 4. So negative x would be negative 16/5, and that makes positive x equal positive 16/5. And then we have the other part of this problem. 4 minus x is negative 2. So negative x is negative 6 when you subtract 4 from both sides, or x is positive 6. So we have our two answers for x, 16/5 and 6. Be careful you don't get stuck here where you've found the u that makes this equation true, but we don't have the x that makes the original equation true. So we temporarily substituted in a u for 4 minus x and a u squared for 4 minus x squared to make a quadratic equation. And once you have a quadratic equation that you solve, you're halfway done. You find the answers for that quadratic equation, and then you go back to your substituting equation. What was u? U was 4 minus x. So replace the u with 4 minus x and find the value for x.